Hello viewers, in this video we will solve this interesting nonlinear inequality. We want to find the solution set. Now it is a nonlinear inequality and the usual way to solve it is to find the critical values, which means you find the zeros of the nonlinear function. Then you use your table to find the test point, right, to check the test point. But now in this case, we can see that here the nonlinear function here is actually quadratic with a equals to 1, b equals to 1, and c equals to 2. And if you want to factorize this is really not going to work because if you take the product of a and c is 2, and here you have 1. So it means you need two factors that will give you 2. And when you add two numbers that when you multiply will give you 2, but when you add will give you 1. So this is not really factorizable in R. So we can check, first of all, what is even the nature of this by using the discriminant. This is going to be 1 square minus 4 times 1 times a 2. So the discriminant is 1 minus 8, which is minus 7. So you can see that the discriminant, which is equals to, the discriminant is less than 0. That's what it means. So since the discriminant is less than 0, what can we get from here? It means that this one has a what? It has a complex solution. So it has a complex solution means that this quadratic function does not have an x-intercept, right? So even the graph will never cross the x-axis. Okay, but now let's see something. If you look at this, okay, we say the discriminant is less than 0, so it means that we have complex what? Roots, yes. But now the graph of this function is going to be, we can see that here a is what? A is positive, so it's going to be open up, so it's going to be entirely above or entirely below. We don't know which quadrant yet. This is how it's going to be. It's going to look like this maybe. So the best thing is for us to graph it and see how it actually looks like. So, but we are sure that it will not cross the x-axis because the discriminant is what? Is less than 0. The roots are complex. So now let's find h first. H is given to, because we need the vertex actually, the vertex, which is hk, right? But h is given by minus b over 2a. So this is minus 1 over 2 times 1. So this is just going to be minus half. That is the h. Then k is nothing but f of h, which is f of minus half. And just plug minus half into that equation. We'll have minus half all square. Here will become plus minus half as well. Then plus 2. And this should give us 1 over 4 minus 1 over 2 plus 2, which we can write as 1 over 4 minus what? This we can say this is 2 over 4, and this you can say this is 8 over 2. Okay, so k is just going to be what? 7 over 4. I think this is 8 over 4, not 8 over 2. Okay, so this is k. So that means that the vertex is actually half minus half and 7 over 4. And that is a point in quadrant number 3. So if I come here, we will have minus half. And let's say here 7 over 4 is a number less than 2. So we're going to have something like this. This is like an open, it's going to be, this is vertex here. So we'll have it to be open up. somewhere like this, right? This is so this so this is our vertex here, this point. Okay, so this is half, and this is 7/4. Now, if we look at this, we can actually know what is the y-intercept. The y-intercept is nothing but is going to be 2, because if you put x equals to 0, put x equals to 0 into the function, you get 2. Now, so what does this graph tells us? It's telling us that for every, remember, this is going to infinity, this is also going to infinity, so it keeps going. So it tells us that for every value of x, this function is above the x-axis. So this graph is actually our f of x, which is nothing but x squared plus x plus 2. So this is telling us that for every x, our f of x is greater than 0 because it is above the x-axis. In other words, it's saying that what? X squared plus x plus 2 is greater than 0 for every x. For every x between what? Inside minus infinity to infinity, because remember, here is minus infinity, here is infinity. So it means that the solution set is going to be the whole of R. So for every x in R, every x for every real number, this function itself is above the x-axis. So the solution set is the whole of R. So the right answer for this question is E. Now, let's see a follow-up to this. Let's assume we change now something. Let's say we are looking for the what? You have to find the solution set of what? This same question, but now you have x squared plus x plus 2. But instead of greater than 0, we change here to less than 0. So we just change the what? The inequality only. What will be the solution in this case? We're going to use this same option here. Now, it means we just change what? We just change this to what? To less than 0. Now, what will be the answer? Okay, follow me here. You see the graph. The graph will remain the same. The graph will remain the same here. The graph will remain the same. So it means it's still going to be something like this, where here is minus half. And let's say here is 7/4. And the y-intercept is 2, right? So this is it. Now, do you see anything? And you're looking for what? This means is your f of x. You're looking for the values of x such that where f of x is less than 0. But f of x is never less than 0 because the graph is always what? Positive. So it's never, when you say less than 0, it means the graph is below the x-axis. We don't have anything below the x-axis. So it means it is impossible. So in that case, the solution set is going to be what? Empty. So what does that mean? It means if this one is changed from greater to less than 0, your answer should be A, which is empty. But in this case, let's keep it simple. The question is asking for greater than 0. So the answer is just what? Is E. So take note of this type of question where you cannot factorize it, where the roots are complex. All right. So I hope this short video is clear. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to share with your friends.